Mia felt stuck her life a tangle of disappointment and regret. A failing student, constantly overshadowed by her golden boy brother Miles, she lived under the crushing weight of her father's relentless criticism. After her mother's untimely death, the spark of ambition in Mia's life had flickered and died. She spiraled into a haze of parties and self-sabotage, drowning her pain in distractions offered by friends who cared more about good times than her well-being. Life felt like a series of dead ends, with no reason to try. Why should she? Nothing she did seemed to matter, but beneath the surface, Mia's story was one of hidden strength waiting to be uncovered. Her father's resentment ran deep, rooted in his own shattered dreams. Once a rising baseball star, an injury derailed his career, leaving him bitter. He poured all his unfulfilled ambitions into Miles, who wore the mantle of the perfect son with quiet misery, concealing his own struggles. Mia, by contrast, bore the brunt of their father's frustration, labeled a lost cause. Yet, in the shadow of her family's expectations, there was one voice that refused to let her drown. Mr. Wilson, her persistent and caring teacher. When Mr. Wilson handed back a practice test one day, his brow furrowed. "Mia," he said, his tone firm but kind, "why are you trying to fail?" Her defenses rose immediately. "I'm not trying to fail," she mumbled, avoiding his gaze. He leaned closer, tapping the paper. "All your answers were wrong, but your calculations were perfect. You're smarter than you think. So why are you hiding it?" Mia shrugged, brushing him off, but his words lingered. Weeks later, Mr. Wilson revealed something that shook her to her core. Years ago, Mia's mother, a renowned surgeon, had saved his life, performing an emergency procedure despite his lack of insurance. "Your mom didn't just save me," he said, his voice cracking. "She showed me what compassion looks like." "You have that same potential, Mia. You just don't see it yet." The revelation hit Mia like a lightning bolt. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to think about her mother, not as the unreachable perfection her father idolized, but as a woman who had believed in kindness and possibility. Maybe, just maybe, that legacy lived in her too. It wasn't an instant transformation. Mia wrestled with self-doubt, but she started trying little by little. She worked late nights, pulled her grades up, and even managed a perfect SAT score. Her brother Miles, inspired by her determination, finally admitted he didn't want to follow their father's dreams. "I've always wanted to paint," he confessed one night, showing her sketches hidden under his bed. "But I never thought Dad would let me." "Then don't wait for his permission," Mia said, surprising even herself with the strength in her voice. Mia's turning point came in a moment of crisis. Her father was in a severe car accident. The hospital's surgical team hesitated to take on his case. It was too complex, too risky. Insurance issues compounded the delays. Time was running out. Newly trained as a medical professional, Mia stepped forward. "I'll do it," she said, her voice steady despite the storm of emotions inside her. The operating room was a battlefield of chaos and precision. Her father had multiple internal injuries, including a torn artery near his heart. Mia recalled a cutting-edge vascular repair technique she'd studied. She didn't just apply it, she led the operation, her hands moving with the calm determination of someone who had found her purpose. Hours later, when she emerged from the OR, exhausted but victorious, she knew she had done more than save her father's life. She had reclaimed her own. Her father's recovery was slow, but it gave him time to reflect. One day, as Mia adjusted his IV, he looked at her with tears in his eyes. "I've been so unfair to you," he admitted. "I let my own failures cloud the way I see you. But you've shown me how wrong I was. You've proven yourself in a way I never could." For the first time, Mia felt truly seen, not as a disappointment, but as someone worthy of pride. Miles, too, found his voice. He pursued his passion for art, winning his first exhibition within a year. And Mr. Wilson? He remained Mia's guiding light. When he asked her to officiate his wedding years later, it felt like a beautiful closing of the circle, a way to honor the man who had believed in her when she couldn't believe in herself. Today, Mia stands tall as a testament to resilience and second chances. Her life is proof that the darkest moments can lead to the brightest triumphs if you refuse to give up. What about you? Have you ever faced a moment where you had to prove yourself against all odds? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of perseverance and inspiration. Until next time.